Do you know why you can never make money in the stock market? You cannot make money in the stock market. You can't make money in the stock market. Many people will not be able to make money in the stock market because of one thing: distraction. Too much distraction. In fact, they even go beyond the stock market. They invest, they when they get online, they see too much of people teaching stock market, bond market, um, crypto, mutual funds, and so forth. So they are all clouded in all these four things. Now it's very important for you, of course, if you have a good coach, a good teacher that teaches you about the stock market, the bond market, the mutual market, capital market, financial market, teaches everything and so on like that. Then you will now be able to focus on one before you move to another. My recommendation is focus on one or two markets. You can focus on the stock market or mutual fund market, or you focus on the bond market and mutual fund market, or you stick to crypto or stock market. But you see, all these things doesn't make sense because it's your risk. It boils down to your risk capital. It boils down to your risk appetite and capital. Two things. It boils down to your risk risk appetite and capital that determines what market should you want to pursue, and also your desire. Three elements: your capital, your risk appetite, capital, and desire. You can say outcomes of what you want, in order for you to be financially free, financially independent, or build wealth. However, you need to understand that you need to focus. The ability to focus on a particular market will determines the kind of outcome you're going to get. As simple as that. So if you decide to stick to the stock market, I want to even also tell you why many people will doesn't make money on the stock market. Learn all those things you need to learn about all the various kind of markets, for so you can get your knowledge base or your tank full. Then you now focus on what you want to focus after looking at the merits of it and the disadvantage of it and the advantage of it. However, for the stock market, there are also many kinds of stock, different kinds of stock that you have to ask yourself what suits you and what you want to focus on. Different kind of stocks. There are five types of stock that I just want to just let you know. Five kinds of stock. Five kinds of stock. And you need to know if you're going to the stock market, what do you want to focus on. Number one, we have what we call the blue chip stock. The blue chip stocks. These are established company, reputable company. They have established themselves. They are known. They are known globally. They have international reputations, branches all over different countries. For example, is your Coca-Cola, Amazon, Amazon, Facebook. These are established companies. They are called blue chips companies. They are known for their stability and establishment. Number two, you have what they call the growth stocks. This company is all about growth. Forget them paying you income, monthly income, quarter income, yearly income. Forget it. They are not concerned about that. They are growth. Example is your Nvidia, your ChatGPT, your cloud. These are growth stock. In fact, they are mostly high tech stocks that have just are blowing up, that just blowing up due to the wave of technology or change. These are growth stock, and they are majorly tech and other stock. So these are growth stocks. So do you want to focus on a blue chip stock, on a growth stock? So these are two things. Now the next stock is the dividend stocks. Dividend stocks, these are companies that they can be big or small, but they are companies that will pay you monthly income, which is where quarterly or yearly income. They're all concerned about cash payments, the money they need to pay to their shareholders. Whether they are small or big, they're not concerned, they're not bothered about that. If they are big, fine. Like the big companies, pay dividends, of course. Small companies also pay dividends because all their concern is about revenue and profitability and paying their shareholders. Dividend companies. You have Glad Capital. Glad Capital is one of those kind of companies that does that. So you can focus on dividend company. The next one you look at is what they call the value company. Value. So you have what they call blue chip, growth number 2, dividend number 3, and value company. These are companies that are underpriced, underappreciated, but they have strong fundamentals. They have strong financials. Financial means that they they have strong earnings, their debts are low, they're showing signs of profitability, their balance sheet is great, you know. However, but they're underpriced. Their value is underpriced. Guess it's looking for those kind of companies can be difficult, spotting it. So you want to look for companies that you know that tomorrow they might not be sharing dividends today, they might not be sharing income today, but their capital appreciation can be crazy in the next 3-5 years. So if I tell someone that can wait for the next 3 to 5 years, you can wait for those kind of companies, value companies that today their price is low, $5, $6, $7, whatsoever. That tomorrow they can run up to $500, $300, $20, 100%. But they have strong fundamentals and strong financials. Those are value stocks. The last one is what they call the meme stocks. Meme stocks. These are stocks that are under $2, $3, or $5. Under those things. They are more driven by social hypes. Twitter, social media. They're not driven by strong earnings, strong fundamentals, great founders. However, you can find some few meme stocks that can move beyond that and become something great, because they can just change. They can have a change in everything after 1 or 2, 3 years and just change. After all the social media hype is down, after all the social media stuff is has cool off, no more hype, no more whatsoever, and they now change their business or divert their business and begin to make meaningful stuff. But however, the strong indicator for meme stocks is that they are driven by social hypes. Social hypes. And those kind of stocks, you can find them, people use them to scam, people use them, to drive people into it, flood the market, and do whatsoever, rug pull happen more in crypto, but rug pull it and whatsoever. So these are 5 kinds of stocks. So you see why I say that you can be distracted if you don't know what is good for you. You see, I just mentioned number 1, blue chip stock, growth stock, dividend stock, value stock, and meme stock. 5 kind of stock, and you'll find them in the open market. They're in the open market. Go to NASDAQ, go to any of your stockbrokers, you find them for you to buy. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of stocks do you want to buy? What do you want to focus on? You can focus on 2 stocks. Maybe say, I like dividend stocks and I like value stocks. So I'm going to focus on something that will pay me monthly. But in fact, if I look for stock that will pay me monthly, I tell you, I know they pay money small. So I get to 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares. It will pay me monthly income. They will look for value stock that will appreciate. I don't really care about dividends. I will look for value stock, then the next 3-5 years, boom, it has blew. That is what you need to understand. This is the kind of stock I would like to look at. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of stock do you want to be looking at? Do you want to be searching for? Do you want to be researching and reading about, studying? Only stock market that just get this kind of 5 kind of stock. Talk about crypto, talk about bond markets, talk about mutual funds. There are many financial products around the globe that it can confuse you. But it's good at the beginner to know all these things, get the financial knowledge, then stick to something. Then you will stop being distracted. Then you have focus. Then you can eventually one day make money in the stock market, eventually make money in the bond market, in the mutual fund market, whatever market you want. But your focus is very important. If you enjoyed this video, drop your comment. Whatever topic you want me to talk about on the stock market, mutual fund, bond market, drop your comment or your message. I'm going to reply them. Share this video to people that you think want to achieve financial independence, financial freedom, or build wealth or be independent financially or invest in their future. Thanks for watching. See you next time.